Hi there, my name is Samantha Turner and I am the admissions tutor for the BSc and the MOCTHA Occupational Therapy programmes. Welcome to my virtual open day presentation. I hope you find this really informative and it answers some of the questions that you might have about studying with us at the University of Plymouth for any of our occupational therapy programmes. So today's presentation is going to cover a range of different areas. I'm going to talk a little bit about occupational therapy, about the programs that we run here at Plymouth, about the way we assess you as a student when you are studying with us at the University of Plymouth, about some of the job opportunities that you might have, and also think about the placement opportunities you might have. So I'm sure some of you are watching this presentation. You might know what occupational therapy is, or you might have just stumbled across our presentation for the first time. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into what occupational therapists do. So as an occupational therapist, we work with people of all ages, from all backgrounds, helping those individuals to carry out the activities that they need or want to do in order to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And this is from our Royal College of Occupational Therapists. We do this in a range of different ways. We work with people within their home environment. We work with people within their work environment, so from an employment perspective. And we also focus on areas of leisure and what we call productivity. So, you might be thinking about supporting somebody to engage in gardening or playing a sport, playing football, horse riding, anything that makes them feel good about themselves and motivates them in their day-to-day life. So at the University of Plymouth, we offer a range of different programs for occupational therapy. We offer 3 different pre-registration programs, and pre-registration means that after you have completed these programs, you are able to register with the Healthcare Professions Council to practice as a qualified occupational therapist. You'll see on the bottom 3 boxes just next to the arrow, we offer a MSc Occupational Therapy, which is a 2-year pre-registration programme, an intense 45-week programme that is offered out to people that have studied a previous degree. In addition to this, we have our BSc Honours in Occupational Therapy, which is a 3-year degree programme, and we have a really exciting new programme which starts this September 2020, which is our MOCTHA, which is a Masters in Occupational Therapy over 4 years, and it's an integrated programme with the BSc supporting people to then transition into a final 4th year of Masters level study. All of these programmes allow you to then register to be a qualified occupational therapist. In addition to these pre-reg programmes, we also offer a range of post-registration programmes, such as our Advanced Professional Practice Occupational Therapy Masters programmes, our Master in Philosophy and PhD programmes, and also postdoctoral research. And we have a range of students with us that are studying occupational therapy subjects in all of these post-registration areas. We deliver what we call a spiral curriculum here at the University of Plymouth, and what that means is that from year 1, when you enter your classroom for the first day, you are introduced to a range of different topics. So you'll see on the slide there, you are introduced to interprofessional learning, research, evidence-based practice, and really focusing on your occupational studies and also your practice placement experience. And as the 3 years or the 4 years or the 2 years if you do the MSc pre-reg programme progresses, these concepts are increasing with complexity over time, and you revisit them in each of the years to a higher level of complexity. And this really adds to what we call lifelong learning, and as an occupational therapist, your learning doesn't finish when you finish your studies with us. We use a range of education and learning approaches. You have your normal sort of lectures and workshops where you'll work in smaller groups, and seminars where you are in even smaller groups. And they are delivered in a range of different ways, both face-to-face in the classroom, but also online, live sessions, and also pre-recorded different resources and lectures such as this one. We use a lot of what we call problem-based learning within our programs, and problem-based learning is where you are working as a small group to figure out a problem that a person might be facing, and this is really supportive of aiding you to become a really good occupational therapist, because ultimately this is what you have to do when you're out in practice with real life patients. You get lots of experiential learning. So experiential that means you're engaging in the experience and then you're learning through that. So your experiential learning is your placements, and I'll talk about these a little bit later. But also we have a community engagement module. You can see your picture in the middle there, which is where we were out volunteering for a number of days in different community projects and charities. And you'll see these other pictures here. We have a baking session when you're experiencing the occupation of baking, and this is one of our bakes that our students created at the bottom. And you'll also see at the top some of these animals that are actually e-health tools and resources that are used across a range of different care homes within the Southwest, part of a much bigger piece of research that is going on called EPIC. And finally, we've already mentioned interprofessional working. Interprofessional working is where you are working alongside a range of other professions. And within our School of Health Professions, we have 7 different professionals that are being taught at the same time, so such as physiotherapy, paramedicine and optometry. And you have different opportunities across your programs to learn alongside and with other professions, which is really key to your knowledge and development. So a really exciting opportunity, as I mentioned earlier, is our new programme which is launching this September, the MOCTHA, which is a 4-year integrated programme with the BSc, while also preparing you throughout that 4 years to study at a master's level in year 4. And you will be finishing with an MOCTHA, which is equivalent to a master's in occupational therapy. We have seen that students that study the 4-year integrated programme graduate with enhanced professional reasoning, leadership and research skills, and this is really exciting for our future of our profession. So this is just a snapshot of some of the modules that are included within our BSc programme. So you'll see each year there are 6 modules that you engage in, and these modules are focused on different topics, thinking about, especially in your first year, building those really core foundations of knowledge and developing your knowledge and understanding of occupation and its importance for human beings. In the second year, you focus on really honing on different life stages, so the young person, the adult and that older adult, as well as starting to think about your project studies, which is putting forward a research proposal within a group project for your BSc. And then in your third year, you're working on a group research project, and you start engaging in some other modules which are really building you and getting you ready for practice, such as being innovative as a practitioner and being contemporary with your practice. You'll see across all 3 years there is a range of other interprofessional working modules, and these, as I said, are with other professions. You'll see here a snapshot of the MOCTHA programme. So everything that's in purple is studied alongside the BSc students, so your first year is totally integrated. And then there are some slight differences. So in your second year you will be studying evidence-based practice module, which is getting you ready to submit your individual research project. And then in the third year you do your full research proposal, which is for your dissertation and research project that you do in your final year at master's level. And then you can see in the red, all of the red in the 4th year is all of the different master's modules that you'll be studying in that 4th year, which allows you to then qualify with a master's in occupational therapy rather than the BSc. You've heard me mention research, so within all of our programmes we feel it's really important for you as a student to engage in primary data collection and engage in the research process to support this knowledge and understanding that you can take forward in your future areas of practice. Students will undertake and complete an original piece of research, and you are supported by the lecturing staff within the team as throughout that two years of research. From a BSc perspective, you'll work in small groups, but the MOCTHA and the MSc pre-reg students will submit individually written thesis and obviously supported throughout this. We offer a range of placements within your programme. So in the first year, you have a 7-week placement. The second year, or the second placement will be a 9-week placement, and the third placement is a 12-week placement. If you're studying on the BSc programme, this is for across the 3 years. If you're studying the MSc pre-registration programme, this is within 1 placement in the first year and 2 placements in your second year. We really feel that placement enables students to transfer and apply all of that brilliant knowledge and theory that they learn at university into the real world of practice. Within your practice placements, you will have the opportunity to have at least 1 psychosocial or mental health and learning disability type placement and 1 physical placement. We also try to, across the 3 placements that you have, allow you to have a bit of community experience as well as that more acute experience. Placements can be anywhere across the southwest of England, and it is expected that you might have to relocate if there isn't a placement locally to where you live. It's brilliant if you're a car driver, because there is normally a placement within an hour's commute, and if you're a car driver, this obviously opens up those placement locations for you. You can see here the different length and position of the placements across all 3 of our programmes. We hold the summer months as a trail placement, and this means that if for any reason you are unable to undertake a placement, you can then take that placement in the summer, or if you were to need to retake a placement. So within the all of 3 programmes that we offer, there are a range of different assessments that are linked to each of the modules. Now, we offer a range of different assessments because we know that students don't typically want to be writing essays for every single module, and it's really important that you build a range of different assessment skills that can help you with your future practice. Some of our assessments are presentations, so you will be expected to stand up and present in front of lecturers to present your findings on certain areas related to the module that you're studying. You might have to write an essay, create a report, create an academic poster. You get assessed when you're on placement, and when you have a set of competencies that you have to meet that your placement educator will be signing off. You have either group research or individual research dissertations. You create portfolios related to your continuing professional development and engage in a range of different case studies, all getting you ready and equipped with the skills that you need to undertake the role of an occupational therapist. So I'm not going to introduce everyone here, but you can see on the screen this is our wonderful team. Dr. Alison Warren is our academic lead, and then you've got Marnie Smith, who's the BSc programme lead, Fiona Fraser, who's the MOCTHA programme lead, and Dr. Rosie Rain, who is the current MSc pre-reg lead. And here's a few of our extra additional lecturers as well. Within the team, we all have other roles such as first year or second year or third year leads. Some of us have a placements team and some of us have admissions roles. So just wanted to make you aware, we have recently in this year, 2020, been through reapproval of our programmes. And what that means is because we are delivering a professional qualification, we have to be accredited as a university to provide this and ensure that this is really high quality. Now that means we have to go through a reapproval stage every 4 to 5 years, and that is in collaboration with our Royal College of Occupational Therapists and the Healthcare Professions Council. It's at that stage that we can make changes to our programme, and that is where we have been approved to deliver the MOCTHA. But what we were really happy and wanted to share with you are these amazing commendations that the HCPC and Royal College of Occupational Therapists have provided with us. It's quite rare to get more than 1 or 2 commendations from these governing bodies, so we feel that we've worked really hard to gain these achievements. I'm asked as an admissions tutor quite regularly, what does it take to be a good student occupational therapist? Well, we look for a lot of things. Obviously, you've got your normal admission criteria, but you can see on the screen that there's a lot more that we want to see and that we expect of our students, such as being enthusiastic, being motivated, having empathy, and being able to be a little bit flexible with your thinking and with your day-to-day activities, having really good communication and having respect and dignity of others, being compassionate as a person, having leadership skills, being able to work in a team, being a problem solver, being courageous, and being open-minded. And if you feel that you've got some of these qualities and you want to build on them, you might have some range of really great life experience that adds to the pot of experience that you've got. We would really, really welcome you to join us at the University of Plymouth. So thinking about the process of application, you would need to apply through UCAS for both the BSc and the MOCTHA programmes. The MSc pre-registration is a direct entry to the university, and on the next slide in 2 slides time there is some information of where you can make your application. Your applications are processed, and if you're accepted you'll be invited along for an interview, which is seen as one of your conditions for your place on the programme that you're applying for. At this stage, your interview will be virtual, and your interview includes different questions and tasks linked to occupational therapy. If you pass your interview, you'll then be offered a place with a range of different conditions, such as providing proof of your qualifications, self-dec forms, a DBS clearance, occupational health check, and sometimes a certificate of good character. Now, one thing I would say is all of this process from an admin perspective can take quite some time. So if you're keen to study with us at any stage for 2021 entry, I would encourage you to apply as soon as possible. You can see here our UCAS 2021 UCAS links to both the BSc and the MOCTHA in occupational therapy programmes. You can click on these links on the slide, or just type in UCAS University of Plymouth occupational therapy and you'll be able to access these links to complete your application. Once you're qualified as an occupational therapy student, you are then ready to register with the Healthcare Professions Council and practice all over the world. We are internationally recognised by the World Federation of Occupational Therapists. There are a couple of countries that you have to do some entrance exams to, but we have an internationally recognised qualification. You have to register with the HCPC to be able to practice, and obviously there are a range of different opportunities from a job perspective across the country and across the world. Last year, 98% of our graduates were practicing as occupational therapists within 6 months, and actually we know that 2% that weren't had chosen to go travelling for a few months, so had chosen not to. So it wasn't because they couldn't get a job. So we have really good job prospects for our graduates, and we're really proud of that. So finally, if you have any questions, please do contact us. As I said, my name's Samantha Turner and I'm the admissions tutor for the BSc and the MOCTHA programmes, and my email is there. Or Miranda Cunningham is the MSc pre-registration 2-year programme admissions tutor, so please do feel free to contact her. You can find us on Twitter, we're quite avid Twitter users, and you can see our Twitter handles there, as well as you can search for University of Plymouth Occupational Therapy on Facebook, and we are also on there. If you want to make an application, you either need to go through UCAS, or if you're an MSc pre-registration application, you just email applications@plymouth.ac.uk. You can find a wealth of information on the University of Plymouth website, but if there is any questions you have, please feel free to contact us. Across the coming months, there are a range of different open day opportunities that you can enrol in. A lot of these in the next 2 months or 3 months will be virtual, but we would really love to see you and answer any of your questions face to face online at this stage. It's been great talking to you about occupational therapy, and I really hope this has enthused you to start thinking about your application. Believe me, it's a fantastic profession to be a part of.